Hello again, everyone. My name is Bukola Ikuomola of Manna of Heaven, and the three items that I'll be presenting are Pina Colada Cupcakes, Hot Fudge Cookies, and Nigerian meat pies. I'm gonna start with the Pina Colada Cupcakes. So to get started, I'm gonna make my buttercream. I have some egg whites in the mixer, about 8 egg whites. Some sugar with a little bit of water, just enough to cover the top. I'm going to boil that to softball stage. This is a little under a pound of sugar. Softened butter that's been kept at room temp. I typically use anywhere from a pound to a pound and a half, depending. And a little bit of powdered sugar at the end. We are just about there. I'm gonna go check on my egg white. Now I'm gonna crank this up a bit. Make sure there's no liquid at the bottom. Bring it back down and add my sugar. Slowly bring it back up. Full speed. So now that things have cooled down a bit, I'm going to start adding my butter slowly, bit by bit. Let that mix come together. Now I'm just going to add the powdered sugar, just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to keep that off to the side until I'm ready to use it. Now I'm going to make my caramelized pineapple that will be used as a filling as well as a topping for the cupcake. So I have butter that I'm going to start melting. It's about 4 tablespoons. Pineapple, half a cup brown sugar, and some vanilla. I'm going to put a little bit in at the end. Okay, so butter is melted. Now I'm going to add my brown sugar. And I'm going to let this stir for about a minute or two. Okay, so now I'm going to add my pineapple. And I'm going to cook my pineapple for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's nice and tender and caramelized. Gonna keep cooking the pineapple on medium heat, constantly swirling to get the juices moving. Alright, so the pineapple is cooked. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. Let that sit and cool until I'm ready to use it. So now I'm going to make my brown butter caramel sauce. I have 6 tablespoons of butter, a cup of sugar, about a half a cup and a couple tablespoons of heavy cream, and some sea salt. I'm going to start by melting my butter over medium heat. And I am going to just let this whisk and cook until it turns light brown and basically caramelizes. And once it does, I'm going to let it cool completely before I use it for my caramel. This is the color we are looking for. Now that my brown butter has cooled, I'm going to start making my caramel. So I'm going to add my sugar to my pot. And Okay, so everything's melted. I'm gonna stir that to get out all the last few chunks. Now I'm gonna add my brown butter. I'm using a whisk now. Whisk that in. Now I'm gonna add my cream. I'm gonna lower the temperature. Slowly add my cream. Turn it off. I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt, the sea salt. So I'm just gonna let that cool before I use it, and it's good to go. All right, time to get started on the cake. So I have my butter, my sugar, coconut extract, and vanilla extract in the bowl. I'm gonna start by creaming that together. Then I'm gonna add my sour cream. Scrape down again. I'm gonna add my egg. Alright. Now I'm going to add my dry ingredients. I have cake flour, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. I'm going to add that in there. Then my liquid, which is coconut milk and pineapple juice. Almost equal, I would say maybe 60-40 pineapple juice to coconut milk. I'm gonna just pour that over top. Okay, so time to assemble the Pina Colada cupcakes. I'm just going to hollow out the centers so I can fill them. Next, I'm gonna take the caramelized pineapple. I've been draining it so that It's not too much liquid. Then I'm going to fill the cupcakes. Now I'm going to frost them with the buttercream that I made earlier, and I added a little bit of vanilla to it as well. Some toasted coconut sprinkled on there. Some more pineapple on top. Of course, some maraschino cherries. And drizzle of the brown butter caramel. These are the Pina Colada cupcakes. Next, I'll move on to the hot fudge cookies. Okay, so in the bowl I have brown sugar, regular sugar, stick of butter, and some hot pepper in there. About a teaspoon of hot red pepper, like an African red pepper, and some vanilla. I'm gonna cream that. Scrape the sides. I'm going to add my egg. So lastly, I'm going to add my dry ingredients: flour, cocoa powder, salt, baking powder, and then some spices. I have cayenne, cinnamon, and nutmeg. stop it now, give it a scrape. Then I'll add my chocolate chips, equal parts of white chocolate chips and dark chocolate chips. I'm gonna mix just until it's all combined. Now I'm gonna scrape and scoop. Just before I bake them, I'm gonna press them down slightly. So my cookies are baked, and now I'm just gonna finish with a drizzle of white chocolate, and I have my sweet and spicy mix, which is just sugar and cayenne pepper mixed together. These are my hot fudge cookies. Last but not least, Nigerian meat pie. Okay, so for my meat pie crust, I have flour, salt, baking powder, and some sugar in here. I have equal parts margarine and butter and my water. So I'm just gonna start by distributing all of my dry ingredients. So that's mixed throughout. And then I'm gonna take my butter and margarine, and I'm just gonna dump that into my flour. Just mix it until everything is evenly dispersed. There shouldn't be any major lumps. It should just be kind of, I guess, gritty. Okay. So now I'm going to add my water, and I'm just going to add it gradually, just enough until it comes together. I kind of have a feel for this. Just want to add enough water so that it binds the dough. Okay. Now I have my dough. I'm just going to add a little bit of flour to it and knead it slightly, just so it comes together, but I'm not gonna over knead it. And now I'm going to rest it and chill it. I'm just going to cover it in plastic wrap and chill it until I'm ready to use it. So for the filling, I have onions, cookies. I'm going to cook them until they get translucent, a little seafood. Then I have my pound of ground beef. I'm going to add to that as well. I'm going to add my ground beef. Then I have salt and cayenne pepper, and I'm just going to cook that until the ground beef literally cooked. So now that the ground beef is cooked, I'm gonna drain the liquid. You don't want all that extra liquid in the mixture, so I'm gonna drain it and then bring it back in my pot before I add the rest of the ingredients. Meat is drained back in the pot. So now I'm gonna add my veggies, carrots and potato. Put that in there. And my spices. Thyme, curry, garlic, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and some like seasoning bouillon. Give that a stir. Now I'm gonna add just enough water to cover just the top of the meat. Not even that, just enough. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and cook it just until the potatoes are softened. Potatoes are cooked. Everything's ready. Now I'm just gonna add some flour to thicken it, and it should be good to go. Just needs to cool down, and then I'll be ready to make my pies. Okay, so now time to put together the Nigerian meat pie. I have the dough from earlier. It's been chilled, nice and cold. I'm just gonna take some of that dough, put the rest aside. Just gonna soften it up a bit. Take some flour for dusting. Now I'm going to roll it out about 1/4 inch thick. I'm gonna take my cutter. It's about 5 inches. 5-inch round cutter. I'm gonna cut out my circles for my pies. With this extra dough that I have, the scraps, I have some festive fall cutters, and I'm going to cut a few shapes out of those. I'm going to save them, put them off to the side for decoration. Now I'm going to take some egg wash, and I'm just going to wash the bottom edge of each circle. I'm going to take my filling that I made earlier, and I'm going to scoop a mound onto each circle. I'm going to press the filling down just slightly. I'm going to fold over each pie, pressing it down. Then I'm going to crimp the edges to close it. going to egg wash the top so that they can have a nice golden brown shine once they come out the oven. Alright, then I'm going to put a little egg wash on the cutouts. And a tiny sprinkle of thyme. Now they are ready to go in the oven. Now my Nigerian meat pies are ready. And that's everything. Thanks again for selecting me as one of the top contestants. I look forward to meeting you all this weekend. Thank you.